Hello and welcome to the Knitty Kitties channel, and I'm Any Art Netty. Now then, today I'm going to be looking at two colouring books that I've brought out through Kindle Direct Publishing. And we're going to do a colouring in with some crayons. This is the set I'm going to be using. It's the Crayola Ultimate Crayon Collection with 152 crayons. Because we're just having a bit of fun today and just a chat about these two books. Really, just a bit of fun. So the first one I'm going to show you is the one I brought out first of all. This was my author's copy of it, and it's the Heartbreak High, it's unofficial colouring book. And there's a little intro into what this can do. It's published through Kindle Direct Publishing, which I really like because I can imagine it's quite hard to go through a publisher yourself. Now, you've got the thing of you don't get as much money maybe, but there is going to be costs if you're publishing yourself, not through Kindle Direct. Now, I'm not sponsored or affiliated by anything to do with Amazon, just for the sake of telling you. I do find this easier because they do all the printing for you. They do all the shipping and everything like that. So I suppose it's an easier way, and when you're first publishing a book you don't want too much fuss, do you, because you don't know how it's going to go. So it's a good starting point, I think. I will be making a video of how to make a colouring book should that interest anyone. I'll be doing it on Windows because I've noticed the only one I could find was on Apple. I forgot what that's called, but I'll be doing it on PC on Windows, so hopefully that might be a big help to someone, so that'll be coming in the near future. Now then, so if we have a quick flip through this, I'll show you a few bits. Just move this Crayola stuff out of the way. And I put on the first page, you can put your name in there. I suppose Heartbreak High has made a bit of a revival, and it's due to it being it's been on Netflix, and if you haven't seen it already, I'd give it a go. It's a really good teen drama, it's not sugar coated or anything. There's a Heartbreak High Fans page run by a lovely lady. This is dedicated to all the cast and the crew, and I shall leave a link in the description to that group should it interest you. We did a poll in the group and we seen who was the most popular, and by far it was this chap Drazik, played by Callan. I've forgotten his name. I've got red button syndrome a bit, but there's a little bit of a write up there why I like the show and stuff like that, because it was my first book and I wanted to make it special. I wanted the first image to be the winner of the popularity contest as such, and this guy came top, so of course he's gonna go first in the book. Now, the thing I like about the Kindle as well, yes, it might not be the most amazing paper, but you can publish as well on digital format, and I think that is through Kindle Unlimited as well, which is where you pay a certain amount and you can look at as many books and as magazines as you want to. And with that offer, with the digital, you're able to print it off on whatever paper you want. There's always the option as well with this, which I've done today, which is I've got my own paper that I wanted to use, because you might want to use alcohol markers, watercolour paint, and you want it specifically on a certain piece of paper. You can get a light box and then you're able to draw the image yourself, so then you've got it on whatever you want to colour on specifically. So that's another advantage of that. There's always that option of the digital, and it's cheaper as well. So if you don't like this paper or you want to keep it for whatever reason, there's that option there, so you can keep it to look at and not colour it in. And also with the digital as well, you might not like a certain character. Like, there might be a character that you don't like and you don't want to colour it in the book. Well, with the digital, you can pull out which ones you like, which ones you don't like. So it's a really good offer with that. Either way, either one. I mean, it's always nice to have a physical copy, but the digital is a brilliant option too. Now, I'll explain more when I come to do a how to make a book. Is I leave this page blank and I pop who's opposite there, a little description of what character or whatever, and then you've got the option to swatch out your colours there, maybe if you were colouring in the book. It just makes for nicer that if you're using a specific art supply, if it goes through to the other page, you're not going to ruin a colouring page there. So I think that's a good option to do as well. There's Nick and Jodie. We're going to flip through the whole thing quite quickly though. We'll get on with it quick, and if there's anything I need to point out, I'll show you. Effie, I'm sure the fans will recognise this. The thing is, if you're not a fan of the programme, but you like the drawings that you see here for whatever reason, it is brilliant practice for colouring in faces. So if you're using colour pencils, you can quite happily practice your face, where the shadows go, where the light source is coming from. Obviously you can see Steve's hair there, and where the nose is, and you can practice colouring in faces and making them look more interesting. The thing with this book is as well, is what I've done is made the lines as minimal as possible, and the reason for that is you can put in then whatever lines you want to, so you can make it as detailed as you want to. This pretty much, it can be made as simple or as difficult as you want. There's Danielle there, and Shaka, she's my favourite. If you're a fan of the show, do comment below who your favourite is. I'd love to know. That's my favourite. I've done a cameo video with Scott Major. I shall pop a link up there in the little iCard. If you're watching on Xbox or a different device that other than a PC, I'll pop it in the description below so you can see that. And he's chatting about the Any Art Netty page on Instagram, which I'd love you to follow. So please do as well. I'll provide a link to that below, or it's Any Art Netty on Instagram. There's Bolton there, cool dude. He looks really, really good in alcohol markers as a suggestion. Stassi, see there, I thought it'd be better to not colour in pupils, so you could do little drawings of stars in her eyes with a white gel pen or something like that. You could make her eyes look really funky and whatever you wanted to do. There's Rose, she's a lovely lady. Catherine, Kathy, Jack, that was her partner. This lady you might recognise off Home and Away, I think, nowadays. Con, with his mobile phone permanently attached there. Helen, Rivers again. And there's a few couple ones, and there's a few single ones. He's a good actor. She's a lovely lady. Don't see much of her nowadays, the lady who did Melanie. Declan, he was in, the fellow who played him, Rupert, he was in The Matrix. And Anita and Draz there, they're like the big couples in it. Anita on her own there. I think that was more for a modelling shoot or something like that. I might be wrong. Three of them together. Sarah, she's gone a bit these days, you don't see her much, but she keeps herself to herself, which is a nice thing to do. It's no harm in that. Kurt, he was the hardest one to draw, so I want to do him again. Hilary and Anita, I think that was a another one that wasn't to do with the show, you know, where they did the photography for the show to like a promo. I don't think that was one. There's Ryan, big lips, Sarah and Ryan, Sarah on her own. You got Tanya, I think it's Fanya or Tanya, I think it's Tanya, because I'm not as knowledgeable about seasons 5 to 7 as I am of 1 to 4, but I love her eyebrows. Funky Dennis, May, she's really cool. Gemma, but that's more the lady who plays her, the actress. That's her IMDb picture. Now you can easily find them on Google, all these that I did the images for. I've tried to make them as close to the photograph as I can so that you can easily reference them and colour them, but you can always colour these characters in as you wish. I think he's something to do with Home and Away now, this actor. Marco, Tess the Goth, Nikki, and then we've got the back page then. So there we go, and that's the cover on the back. So that's that colouring book, and we'll get on with the current one, which is brand new. So here we have the brand spanking new colouring book I made. Now this is the author's copy. I'm going to make it so that the book is the same size as the Heartbreak High one that you just seen. The reason being, this is more for children, ages between 5 to 12. So it's called the People of Puddington Town colouring book. This is original artwork by myself. I designed all the characters myself. And there you see the Nitty Kitties YouTube channel. And here's the back page again. Here's Any Art Nettie's new colouring book, especially for ages 5 to 12, but anyone will enjoy colouring in these delicious looking eccentric individuals. From the author and illustrator of the Unofficial Heartbreak High colouring book is this new exciting cute activity. I've spelled activity wrong. This is the good thing about getting an author's copy. And colouring book which is filled with a cast of appealing characters that look like puddings, desserts and sweet treats, with tons of pages to colour in however you wish. This fun-packed book takes youngsters on a discovery of environmental issues and shows ways to be kind and courteous whilst using their imagination. So let's dive into this wonderfully funny and entertaining village where the people of Puddington reside. Now this idea came from, we were driving through the Wirral or Cheshire, somewhere there, and we seen a town called Puddington, and I'm a bit eccentric, I guess, where I have silly ideas, and I thought, wouldn't it be funny or cute if there was little characters that lived there and they look like little desserts and things like that. So that's where this idea came from. So I've got the ISBN number there, who this is dedicated to, that's my partner, and then you can put your name in there. I think for children this paper's going to be okay, but again, if you want to keep them and treasure them or whatever, you can print them out again with the digital version. So I am going to make this bigger because this particular page is tiny, and if there's a child going to be colouring that in, they're going to want it bigger, aren't they? Now, there's an intro here. This book specifically, it's got a story to it, and it's also got activities. I shall show you that as we flip through, but this particular image is the very first image I did after we drove through Puddington. Pardon me today, I can't speak English properly. So this design is on Redbubble. I shall leave a link to my Redbubble below in the description. So that's the original drawing, which I thought was good to put right at the beginning. So here we've got the first character, and it tells you a bit about her. she is based on a character called Hyacinth Bouquet, or Bucket, which is from a show called Keeping Up Appearances in the UK. So that's who she's called Gloria Della Knickerbocker. So they've all got their own individual names, and there's a little story and write-up about each character. So it tells you about the kindness trees, or the kind trees for short, that are in the village. The hearts here are used as a currency and everyone shares. It's just a nice story for children as well. I suppose you could use it as well as a bedtime storybook, and in the day they could be colouring it in. So these are the little houses. This is the town hall that's made of gingerbread. Here's another of the characters. I shall provide in the links as well below, before I forget to say, there is a free digital colouring page to give you a taster of both of these books. I shall provide that. I've got a group set up now on Facebook which is called Any Art Netty Downloads. So everything on that has got digital files that you can download, which is stuff mostly related to things that have been on my channel here, which is all downloadable content. Here is the local French fancies having a picnic. There's a little activity there. Obviously this is going to be better if it's bigger, so there's more space for children to do their activities. Saying that, it is a good book for adults as well, because we do like to colour in. Also, adult colouring is a big thing nowadays. So more story and more write-up about this chap here, Roly Poly Rick. So there's a little activity that you can do there. More story with the local market. There's the banana boat. There's a space here to draw animals, pets, whatever that be. If you've got a hamster, guinea pig, but in the form of a dessert, that might be quite fun to get children's imaginations going, or an adult's imaginations going. Here's another activity as well. You get to name this lady's daughters and sons and come up with 8 different names. Another one here where you can write what music makes you happy. Mine's Cannibal Corpse, Slayer, Anthrax. Everyone's will be different. And then Kylie Minogue. So here is another of the characters. You can draw yourself playing sport with them, because they are very good sports. So you can win kind heart badges in this village, and you get to draw a picture of yourself and say what you won that kind heart badge for. Here's another of Puddington's pets. We like cats here, we like all animals. So there's a picture of a cat. Now then, there's a maypole here, which is something that is celebrated. This is specifically on May the 1st, but I do believe in different places they celebrate it for different reasons. There's the playground. The fun fair, so you can list your favourite rides at the fun fair. There's a character there, he's floating off with the balloons. So there we go, there's 2 of the characters knitting there, almost like a women's institute kind of thing, but more relaxed and informal. There's one of the chaps there, rock climbing. He likes his extreme sports. We've got Christmas, so I thought I'd put some different celebrations in. There's a little bit of geography to this as well, so it'll tell you about where they've got relatives, because mince pies, I believe, and I found out this Christmas, aren't just eaten in the UK, they're eaten in Australia, New Zealand, and certain parts of America as well, like British colonies, I think. So that was great to find out. Here's the blueberries, and it tells you a bit about bees, which is quite sad at the minute that they're in decline, apparently. So it's always nice to help. Anything you can do to help bees is good, and help the environment, of course, too. There's the local ballet class. This is the car. So you're thinking, well, if this is all about environmentally friendly, why is there a car there? It's powered by the hearts from the kind trees. So that's all good, isn't it? Here's the local chef. He looks like a tiramisu. He's Italian. Now then, they've gone on holiday here. They've gone to Barcelona. I picked that specifically. It's one of my favourite places, and I am very influenced by the architecture of Gaudi. And a lot of his buildings are in Barcelona. So the Spanish desserts in particular, creme catalan, they've gone to visit Barcelona, and they've gone to visit Casa Batillo. Excuse my pronunciation, that's not very Catalan. So here we've got Gloria, who you met at the beginning, and she's at her art desk. I suppose you could use the spaces here, what you think she's going to sketch. And then this is a good place actually, if you're using your crayons or your colour pencils, you can swatch them out here. These are where she has her alcohol markers. It's a good place to be able to swatch out all of your colours, and her watercolour. If you've only got 8 different colours, it doesn't matter, does it, how many you've got? Now this in particular, this one and this 2 pages here are sticker designs. I can't speak today. Sticker designs, which are going to be available to buy. The stickers are going to be available to buy on my Amazon handmade shop. I'll provide a link again below. I do knitting, crochet, there's my partner's jewellery that is handmade on there. There's all sorts for gift ideas, and the stickers as well. One of the sticker designs is going to be these designs, but this is an opportunity here to be able to colour them in yourself however you like. So not how I've coloured them in with whatever colours. You might think it'd look better in a different colour, that's okay. So unfortunately, due to the way the world is at the minute, we're talking in 2021, I can only sell them in the UK. Now maybe in the future things might change and they might be in a better situation to provide them on Amazon in different territories. I shall keep you posted on my Facebook page about that specifically, or if anyone ever wants to ask, and I'll let you know anyway, either way. So here is a extra bonus page, which is the folks that you're seeing going to Spain, and they're doing a concert. So you can do a little bit of research here where different plants, fruit and veg get their names, their scientific names, which I think is a fun activity. And it's fun to see where the names originally came from as well. So you've got space to do that there. And maybe if you start growing your own veg, we're currently in winter at the time of posting this video, so coming up to spring, you could make a chart here in the back and put your progress of what you've planted, like week 1, week 2, and you could do little drawings of the progression of how they're growing. That's just an idea, because all this blank paper going to waste. You could even do that on your own paper. Now then, what I'd love to see is, should anyone purchase this either on Instagram or Facebook, I'd love to see the colourings in of either book. I think that'd be fantastic. It doesn't matter your skill level or whatever, I'd just love to see them and see people colouring them in. That'd make my day. and we can share together what different colours we think the characters should be. So there we are. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to colour in a page from this colouring book. Now this one specifically isn't the free one, there is the sample one below, and if that's the one you want to colour in and show me, I'd love to see it. So let's get colouring in. Okay. So there we are, I finished my colouring page from the People of Puddington Town colouring book. Just a really informal one and a bit of fun. Nothing too detailed or anything like that. I put a bit of shading around the tree and on the Cherry Bakewell chap. But apart from that really, it was just a bit of fun and messing around with crayons again. If anyone wants to know more about this Ultimate Crayon collection, I'll try and find a link for it. I bought it off Amazon. I'm not affiliated by Crayola, just a big fan. I love Crayola products. It does have a sharpener in it as well as being in a caddy case. 152 though. Bonza, isn't it? So yeah, I'll pop a link for that should anyone need to see that. So everything's been on Amazon, hasn't it? Including the colouring books. And I think it's all territories. So wherever you are, hopefully it'll be available to you. So yeah, this is going to be in the same size, a random piece of paper there, as this Heartbreak High one. I think they're the same price, but I'll check on that as well. You can check all the links there to everything. I shall make a free colouring page off each of these available for you. I'll pop it in the link because there's been a lot of trouble with downloading my work charts. I shall link you to this new AnyArtNetty downloads page, and those colouring books will be available to download. Spread them round as well, let everyone know. If you've got some nieces, nephews, whatever, I'm sure they'll have a lot of fun. And there'll be lots of different content on there for you to, lots of downloadable content for you to enjoy. So I hope that's been a fun video to watch, and should you have any questions or anything at all, I shall try my best to answer them. But if I can't, I'll be sure to point you in the right direction of where to go for that information. So, thank you for watching. it'd be lovely to have you around. So if you did enjoy this and it was helpful to you and you liked it in any way, please do give us a like, and I'd love to have you around to subscribe. I'm hopefully going to be more active on this channel, because reaching the, I think it was 200, it's gone over 200 now. It's giving me the right kick up the bum to do a bit more stuff. It's made it a lot. It's a good achievement, I feel. So I'm very happy. I'm very pleased, and yeah, well, I shall see more of you, and it'll be lovely to have you around anyway. So, and be sure, because YouTube is quite good at not letting you know when new videos come round, is to click the all bit, and then in your settings as well with YouTube, make sure that you've got all of that set up so you see everything, because you don't want to miss out on your favourite channels, do you? So just a word of advice there to let you know. So thank you very much for watching. Lovely to have you around again, and see you soon, and take care as well. Bye bye.